Eric Bischoff, of course, you mentioned the lawsuit. Eric has gone on to comment about this, which is part of the reason we had you on.
Yes, I know. We have an NDA agreement. That stupid fucker. I could have sued him again. Why is he talking about me?
Of course, he violated it by discussing it on his podcast, so you reached out to us wanting to discuss it on here as well. So
I want to tell my side, because I always honored that NDA agreement.
Yeah.
I moved on with my life. That was a big relief. I could have gotten way more money. Jesse Ventura said, go for $1 million, Charlie, because your career is done. You know, I'm like, oh, well, okay, whatever. I'm like, I didn't want to go to trial. The fucking press was at my house, and they twisted the story in the papers, and you know how they are, and I just wanted what they owed me. It was over $100,000. So my lawyer got a big cut out of it, and he was a great lawyer. He destroyed, I hate to say this, but he destroyed Ole, he destroyed Dusty, he destroyed Eric Bischoff, he destroyed Greg. Greg Gagne got up and walked out in the deposition. I hated doing that to Jody Ham. I hated doing that to all those guys, except Eric Bischoff. He lied his ass off. Greg Gagne lied his ass off during the day. Swearing on the Bible, too, come on. I just listened. I just sat back, and I'm like, you guys, if we go to court, my lawyer's going to destroy you, and we're going to get so much press out of this. I just felt that, like, these guys, I felt so bad about Dusty doing that to him and Ole, and man, I feel bad about that. But, that's the way it is, and that's the way it was. Ole told the truth, actually. He said Bischoff is the shit. And he is. He is the shits. So.
And to be fair, and the only reason I was bringing up Bischoff mentioning this on his podcast is for anybody that hasn't listened, he said that he actually believed you were in the right and had a very good case. Mm-hmm. He believed there was some people being very
meat on the bone,
blatantly racist. Yes, he said there was meat on the bone if it did go to court. So he at least seemed to be agreeing with you on that you had basis to sue.
He was really careful. He was really careful dancing around the words. And that's whatever. I don't love him, but for my daughter, yes, he gave me the greatest gift in my life. He shouldn't be talking about this. He shouldn't be saying nothing about this. And he said, that wouldn't go over today. Why would it go over then?
Indeed, that's the question that really needs to be asked. It's a shame that it has been allowed to go on for so long. We look back and go, oh, well, that was, 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, but the behavior's still wrong, whether it's last week or 100 years ago. And so it's an interesting kind of way he spoke about it. And as I said, that's why you wanted to come on and discuss with us, was because of Eric violating the NDA. And so did that, when you guys signed that non-disclosure agreement, what year was that? Was that in 94?
We settled like the year later. They settled right away, man. They didn't want to come up here to St. Paul. This is my territory up here. They would have got humiliated in court. And I didn't want to do that to Dusty and Ole and them guys that really helped me out. Jody Hamilton, man, I love those guys. I hated that. That camp, who came out of that camp who made it out of that camp was a big star? Nobody, I don't think. Nobody. It was like the Marines in there, the Marine fucking camp. And Jack Mulligan came up to me one day. I was getting my check, and he's like, Charlie, just go to the camp, bring your own guy and everything. And I was like, man, my heart's gone, Blackjack. My heart is gone after that match with Vader. I was humiliated. How can I come back from that, man? He was like, just quit and just go on with your career. Just get out of here. He said, these guys are stupid. He was disgusted with Bischoff, too. A lot of guys didn't like Eric Bischoff. A lot of people, most people. And it ended up in the end that he gets blamed for all of it. Bret Hart, watch his things, what he says. And a lot of guys say that, and a lot of guys got big contracts, $450, $550, $750, that they didn't deserve, And Dallas Page, who was the champion when that ship sank? He finally made it to champion. I don't think Dallas should have been the champion. Bret Hart should have been the champion or somebody. I could see the ship going down, man. Damn.
Something that needs to be talked about is at the same time that you're experiencing this discrimination, there are other people within WCW that they're suffering discrimination of color. There's sexual discrimination. If I recall correctly, Missy Hyatt was... Yeah,
Missy sued them. They treated her like shit.
Yeah.
I never seen nothing, but I heard about it. Missy was really upset, man. I felt bad for her. She was so cool.
Right, that was at the same time, wasn't it, Charlie, that you were there?
Yes, it was.
And then also the racial discrimination. The one name that comes to mind is Ranger Ross.
Yeah, Ranger Ross, he met with me in Atlanta. He said he did the same thing with them. So I didn't know about his, I didn't even know Ranger Ross was, but he called me up. He said, let's do lunch. I'm like, let's talk about your lawsuit. And I heard, I know he was a worker or whatever, Army guy or something. Good guy, nice guy. And I don't know if he ever settled his lawsuit, but he was the first one. But mine got, everybody hated on me for that. You're dumb, and people were telling me you're stupid for doing that. I'm like, no, I'm dumb for being here, man. Eddie Sharkey called me up. He said, just quit and come back. Come back to Minnesota. He said, just quit. And I said, Eddie, I'm gonna save up for 10 weeks. I had a friend living with me, and she's fairly wealthy, and she paid all the bills. So I saved up 10, 12 weeks. I saved up almost 10 grand. And I moved back to Minnesota. And me and Brad Armstrong actually hung out almost every day in Atlanta. So you can imagine how fun that was. It was fun. I just had fun after that. I just wanted to forget it. I just stay here, a few more months of this money, and then I'm going to go home and quit. But then I got fired. And then they still paid me for 3 more months. So I saved up a little bit of money, $8 grand, $7 grand, or $70-some $100. Saved it up and come home. I had money for a little while. And then we filed a lawsuit, and they settled like a year. I think it was 96 my daughter was born. Yeah, 96. So March 7th, 1996, we settled when she was born. And I got my money that they owed me. My lawyer got his, and I paid everybody off here in Minnesota, my parents, everybody that helped me out throughout the years. And I moved to Texas.